We are on Ghost Lake for a little bit of a change. We've been seeing a lot of Arabia. Actually, we saw a really good arena game before, but it's still nice to see a few different maps around. So let's have a look who we've got. In the red, we've got RVK Slam playing as Huns, and over in the blue, we've got CKF's LoveCheng also playing as Huns. So we are up for a Huns war right now. Before I get into anything else, we've got probably two big things of news actually from the AOC community at the moment. Well, not so much for the community, just from people, but it'll benefit the community, I am sure. Number one being, Chris has written a book on AOC. We're talking more than like 120 pages of facts, observations, tactics, information, just snippets of things like that that'll help you become a better player. And that's interesting enough. I've actually read the start of it, which is kind of interesting, and that's up on Amazon right now, so that's going to be an interesting one to watch for. I'll put a link to it in the description, because that's really cool. It's, from what I've read of it, it is really, really in detail. It should actually be quite a read, and, I mean, something that big devoted to AOC, I could imagine how long it's taken to write all that. Everything's backed up with examples, numbers, figures, examples. It's... From what I've read of it, it's great. I'm too poor to get it, though, sadly. Very much sadly. I would have loved it. It would have been a great read from what I've got from it. Anyway, and a second thing, Viper, if you're not following him on Twitch yet, you should be, because he went live today, and he said he's going to be focusing a lot on streaming, and when I say a lot, I mean he's going to be probably streaming, I think today, he streamed about 5-6 hours worth of games, just straight. So we're talking probably every session he plays, he's gonna at least be streaming a bit. So that's kind of a big deal as well. He actually said he's gonna try and get a partnership on that. So I'll put a link to his Twitch channel in the description as well. Jump over there, get him a follow, because there's a big difference between watching someone play live and watching Recs of someone. When you're watching Recs, you can see what they're doing, but in a live setting like that, you can just see what they're doing, how they're doing it, how quickly they're doing it, what they're focusing on, looking on, what they're looking on, how they're looking, where they're jumping around to, hotkeys, all that kind of thing, all that nice nonsense. So it's absolutely great to watch that. So jump over there, give him a follow whenever you can, tune in, because, well, he's extremely high ranked, and just watching you can learn stuff, the way he hotkeys, the way he builds, the defensive building he does, the way he scouts and builds off that. It's really interesting to watch, so definitely jump over there and give him a follow. Anyway, let's jump into the game. Slam, going up to Feudal Age right now. Slam, definitely known for his Feudal Age, definitely a really strong Feudal Age push. From all the ones we've seen him, he's gone mass scouts, mass archers, really forced his opponent into that really, really long Feudal War, which is exactly what he's good at. So, why change what you're good at, really? 20 pop up into double archery, something we don't see a lot of nowadays. We were seeing that heap, actually, recently. Especially when Aztecs and Mayans, Aztecs was played a heap a few months ago, and that was pretty much, well, they didn't really have access to the stable, so that was double, that was single stable into double archery range. But Slam going for something different here, going double archery straight away, going into the archers, hopefully it pays off for him. While we're waiting here, we can have a quick look at the map. Slam with his gold to the right, Forest to the, well, just across from his town center, not a bad location for that either. Another one here in the back as well as over here. Stone in the back, really useful as mines, but actually he's Hun, so it doesn't matter too much. Barriers towards the frontier, and his base isn't too bad with the ice. Could be a lot worse, but the wall off won't be too bad. They won't be able to snipe villagers around here, hopefully, until later into the game, which is good. Over for LoveCheng, what are we saying over here? Looks like trying to get a little bit of laming going on here. Over on this side, Shane got a stone in the back, gold over here, not the best place in the world for gold, but could be a lot worse. Potentially could see a wall off across here and across the front area here. Again, he's actually really hurt by the ice here, I found, especially because of where these lumbers are. They've really kind of boxed him into this small area here, which means he's going to be forced to put up a lot of town centers in a small area, which just isn't as nice. So again, looks like, I think that scout might get killed off. Looks like no, that villager there's still alive. Ooh, looks like Slam gonna lose his scout. Yes, and it looks like Shang losing his as well. So it could have been a lot worse. There are more farms coming up over here. Let's actually check Slam scene. That's view lock we want to have a look here. Doesn't know that the stable went up first. Hasn't even found his opponent yet, actually saying that. Over for Shang. Has he seen those archery ranges? He has not seen the archers yet either, so he's still probably expecting scouts, which is fairly interesting considering that it's not going to be scouts coming. And that's the reason we see these spears over here completely useless. They are just a waste of resources when your opponent goes archers, because of course they are just going to be killed off, pretty much one-hitted by a group of archers, and that'll be it. So that'll be interesting. Archers, of course, really not that strong against scouts unless they're in a massive number. Once the scouts get the armor upgrade, and of course bloodlines, they are so much more resistant to arrow fire. It's just absolutely ridiculous. We see Blacksmith going up in the back for Slam. Looks like sending all his villagers out now, and actually having 3 quite wounded ones there. So that's going to hurt quite a bit. And looks like the scouts are coming in for the first run by it. Looks like they would have seen the archery rangers. No, didn't see the archery rangers. That's actually a big thing, and forced back by that spear there. So good play from Slam, keeping that defensive. However, Shang, of course, not taking any damage yet. And because of that, going to be quite hard to take these out. And of course, going to be able to run all these villagers back. Archers are moving forward, of course. He's not going to have a lot here to defend from the scouts. Thing is, though, 4 scouts can go through a spearman quite easily, so he's going to have to be really careful in the positioning of that spearman, especially considering he's only got 1 out. It might be worth going for a second, just so he can force these scouts away a little bit more, but hopefully he doesn't get hit too bad. Looks like these archers might go down as well. Is he going to go for it? Looks like he is going to try and take it out. He did lose a scout there, actually, and he might lose a second. Nearly losing a second one there. It looks like Slam is trying to find out where his opponent is. Has he found his opponent yet? Because I think he lost his scout before he found him. Yeah, he has no idea where his opponent is yet, and this is actually a big lesson in scouting. You need to scout. You need to find your enemy. It's not a good thing if you don't, because you end up in a situation like this where you just cannot get any harassment at all. And of course, going archers this early means you can get some great harassment, because it's not like they can wall off. And because of that, haha, Slam, that's actually a good one. He said to X you, which means, of course, to flare your base. That's actually quite amusing. Anyway, lots of farms going up for Slam. Looks like he's going to be going for a castle age kinda soon. Of course, not going scouts, it really helps your food count, but of course, he didn't have farms up very early, so it's not going to be the best situation in the world anyway. Looks like those scouts are running back in. We've got 2 there that, yeah, just 2 that aren't extremely hurt. Skirmishes as well, actually, for Shang. This is going to be massive here. Looks like these archers will go down. Oh, that's not good at all. How many archery? He's off 2 archery already going skirmishes. That's actually a really big deal. And of course, it is going to delay his castle time, but he's going to be able to destroy this entire army here, losing next to nothing. That is actually a massive deal indeedy. Looks like the archers are forced to come back right now. Let's speed things along, because we know how this fight's going to go. He's actually bringing in villagers to fight. Never a good option, especially when there's a few scouts around, actually. And looks like these archers will come in. They should be able to clean up the skirmishes, especially with villager help. Gonna get them. Trying to, of course, move in nice and close so they can't shoot, because, of course, as we know, skirmishes have a minimum range. And that villager, of course, probably going to get sniped at some stage. 2 villagers actually running back across there still. Nearly, it looks like he's going to let him go. Anyway, more archers and skirmishers moving out across the map for Shang. Slam taking the lead right now, and that's actually quite cool. But still, he's got a long way to go. Going that double archery at the start didn't seem to pay off for him. And it looks like he's not going to have the hill advantage. He's going to lose probably 2 or 3 on the way up the hill. No, that damage spread out kind of well, actually. Needs to sit on the top area here, and yes, he's trying to position. He's losing quite a few units. These skirmishes, of course, just soaking up damage after damage, because they do have the +1 armor already. And of course, we're already at 20 minutes, and neither player's gone up to castle, so of course, this is going to be quite a long feudal war. I don't know if you guys had this problem, but whenever I played, I always tried to fight archers with skirmishes or crossbows against skirmishes or whatever, and I always lost, always. And I just always did it, and I could never explain why I did it. It was just something I did, and I would lose them all, and I'd probably lose the game from there. It's kind of what happened here. You don't, unless you've got the tech advantage, like extra range, you really can't fight skirmishes unless you have, like, absolutely outmassed. That's, like, the only options you really have. Looks like this tower will go up, but of course skirmishers not too threatened by it, especially if they sit down here at the bottom. Slam is going up. I don't know why I keep going to say Stark. Feudal Age still for Shang. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do too much, but he's actually got a 600-point score lead at the moment. Of course, some of that is going to be due to Slam going up, but there's been a lot of harass over here, especially forcing these villagers to engage over here. That is absolutely massive. Some people don't get how big a thing that is, but that's 3 villagers not gathering for that entire time and taking extra damage. I'm pretty sure that by now, Yeah, lots of these villagers are taking damage. They're all getting extremely low. And once the cavalry archer run-bys start to come in, that's going to be really important, because he's going to be able to snipe off all these villagers that have next to no HP. Of course, skirmishers coming in from this side, going to be able to try and get around. Good wall off by Slam at the moment. Looks like he's going for a third range. Going up to 5 ranges. I don't know if he's going to be able to support this, saying that he does have a lot of villagers on gold, though, and naturally the cavalry archer switch will be coming in as soon as he hits Castle Age. He hasn't got a stable yet, so it doesn't look like he's going to have bloodlines on the way. So that, of course, going to be quite a drawback for those cavalry archers. Archery ranges on this side from Shang, and it looks like he's going for lumber on this side. Hasn't split his lumber yet, which is kind of an interesting thing. We usually see lumbers split by about now. Same goes for Slam, though, but I guess if you've got a good spot, well, stop. Slam, what are we looking for? We're looking for cavalry archers. Bodkin on the way. And it looks like we've got Shang here getting game. He's going a bit closer to that town center, actually. Wheelbarrow only just on the way for Slam. That's an interesting one. Cavalry archers coming out as well. Lots of cavalry archers, actually. You might be able to come in and get a good run by with these guys. And if he manages to do that, he's going to be able to even it up a bit. But still, Shang's actually like 600 points in front and going Castle Age. So as soon as he hits Castle, there's going to be... Slam's in trouble. Slam will be in trouble. Love Shane getting some more scouting information there, and of course noticing his opponent's going cavalry archer and doesn't have bloodlines. Saying that though, there is a stable up, so bloodlines will probably be next on the agenda to get. Ooh, Slam quick there with the town center, going to make sure none of those villages get picked off, but still going to be a bit of an issue. Cavalry archers are running across the map right now, going to be getting some harass. Cavalry archer, cavalry archer, cavalry archer. He's supporting it well. But it's definitely a close one. He's going to need more villagers on wood, especially once these farms start to be needing to reseed. Looks like archery range going up, so going up to 4 ranges now for Shang, and he's got a massive score lead right now, and as soon as he hits Castle Age, it's going to be even bigger. Not going to get that villager by the looks of things. Archers over here will probably be able to defend, because of course they will have just about the same range in a second. Going to probably see crossbow out of that. Archer skirmisher over here still. Skirmishes can be great to be aggressive with, especially when your opponent's got cavalry archers out. As we know, cavalry archers are good against skirmishes in a way, because you attack over here, then you run over here and attack over here, and the skirmishers are stuck over here still. When you're attacking with skirmishers, they have to fight. That's the thing, I guess, and they can't choose to run away at that point. So they lose that big advantage they got with mobility. How are we looking? Still only the +1 armor. Looks like +2 range. Should be finishing up for Shang soon. Let's actually swap over. Have ourselves a look. Yep, +2 range. Going crossbow. Crossbow has been done. I don't think we're seeing elite skirmisher, but as well, these guys are probably just to soak up damage at the moment, because cavalry archer is the name of the game right now. Siege workshop is up for Slam. Naturally going to be seeing a mangonel out of that. Against this many crossbows and skirmishers, it could actually play a big part. He might be able to come back in it from here, but still 500 points difference. That's a lot. Still only 1 town center for Slam as well, which is interesting considering he got such a high Castle Age, well, such an early Castle Age time. Town center coming up for Shang, so going to be able to defend that fairly easy. Especially in this area, if anything runs through here, it's going to die, and it looks like this gold's going to be pretty well secured. And what are we going to see here? Does Shang know about this? Let's have a look-see. Shang, it does know about the siege workshop, so naturally he's going to be presuming as well. There's going to be a mangonel on the way. Cavalry archers, still no bloodlines, interesting enough. Now, if this mangonel can get a good hit on these guys, this could change the game, depending on how this hit comes down. If he gets like 2 good hits, there's one that wasn't so good, because of course they're uphill, and when you're up the hill you take less damage, which is quite a big deal actually, especially with mangonels. It'll save so many crossbows and skirmishers in this situation. A second mangonel is out, and town center still producing off 4 range, and he's got actually quite a few queued there. He might even go up to 5 in a minute. And this will probably be the game deciding fight, I reckon. On top of this hill, if Slam kills off a lot of units, he can get back into it, and if Shang loses next to nothing, it's going to be GG. That's how it is going to go. And we know this. We know this. Getting a good hit on the front there. This is good. Can we get another one? It looks like microing. Good. Cavalry archers, of course, trying to get up onto that high ground, but they really can't. These mangonels, of course, taking extra damage from the hill. Looks like he will be taken out. This one over here. Going to get a hit here and kill off quite a few of his units. Saying that, these units are all starting to get quite low on HP. Oh, where's Shang? There we go. We can just double click. Easy. Yeah, all units starting to get quite low. These cavalry archers, though, do have bloodlines. Looks like Slam's finally gotten it. However, Chang's up to the +2 armor. That's going to make a massive difference here. Could try and camp on this hill for a bit, try and get a little bit more damage. No doubt there will be another mangonel on the way. Yes, there is. Only just now, though. If he can get up on top of this hill here, he might be able to hold down for a little bit. But once this push comes in, it's going to be really hard to defend, especially if a siege workshop comes up on the frontier, even on this hilly area here, and we see rams or mangonels or something to come in and try and do a lot of damage. In that case, he's in a lot of trouble. How are we looking over here? University, walling this area, and it looks like he's going to try and wall this area in. Saying that, probably going to see town center on these golds, or could see lumber camps coming up over here. How are we looking? Still only 2 TC, Slam only on 1 still, really losing his villager production here. But of course, he doesn't exactly have a lot of food to be using. Looks like he did snipe a few cavalry archers coming around this side. More cavalry archers. That mangonel is out. Could probably use a few more just because of this skirmish crossbow formation that he's got going on this hill. Probably going to be the main defense on that hill, actually. So if he can break through that, it could do a lot of damage. Saying that, though, there's like 700, 600 points in favor of Shang. So this is quite a big deal. If you can run in here and get some harass, but saying that, this base is really well set up. Walled out across here, walled across here in a way. Town center on the gold. Only place, if he runs in here and gets some harassment in here, that would hurt. That'd be a game changer. But of course, cavalry archers will run in, force him past the tower, force him past the town center. Going to lose units. Looks like these gold villagers over here are in trouble. Gonna lose 1, 2, 3. Potentially a 4th. Looks like he's going to try and fight the cavalry archers, of course. In this kind of situation, either run or go for the villagers, the most important bit. Looks like he will stop this archery range here going up, so that's going up to 5 range 2 now. But the cavalry archers, of course, too strong, and they are on even upgrades now, but there's still a force over here. That's what we've got to remember. The cavalry archers are fighting over here on a defensive style, but there are already units over here, and if he pushes in with these, there's nothing at home for Slam to defend. Ooh, Mangonel gonna make a bit of a difference. I don't think that Chang's noticed it. There we go, now he's noticed. Or not, potentially. And of course, Mangonels definitely have the potential to make a massive difference in these fights. The splash damage on all these units can just do so much damage. Ooh, that would have hurt. So we might see Slam actually win this one just off splash damage from this Mangonel, and of course kills from the Mangonel. More cavalry archers moving in though, saying that, and I think that Shang should be able to take this one quite easily. Slam down by 1,000 points right now. Another town center coming up on the wood and gold for Shang. I think Shang's going to get this one fairly early. Come on, turn around and attack. And it looks like we've seen thumb ring done. Don't think we've seen ballistics or thumb ring from Slam. Could have seen both actually from Shang right now. Moving up with the crossbow and skirmisher force. Of course, going to hit here because, of course, is where all the production buildings are. That's a lot of ranges for Slam right now. I don't know how he's supporting this. Going to lose another one there. Of course, all the upgrades on the archers. This is going to be a hard one for Slam to hold. Even if he holds this and kills off this entire force here, I don't know what he's going to do with it. Siege Workshop actually up on the front over here. I think this is the beginning of the end, guys. Pushing in through this section. Cavalry archers over here might be able to do quite a bit of damage, but again, skirmish is just soaking up so many extra shots here. Oh, I think he's only going to lose 3 there. That's not too bad, actually. Saying that, though, a lot of villagers getting downed over here. This is actually horrible. Just kill the villagers, man. Could win on that. Shang getting some great harassment in this game. Definitely some good harass over here. Looks like he's getting some over here as well. Siege Workshop, let's have a look. Battering rams actually being created. Looks like Shang wants to end this right now. Cavalry archers fighting uphill, of course. Got to get your bang for your buck. It didn't look like he was going to be able to run out of there, so may as well. And here's one of these areas here that I'm talking about. It is not defended at all. Kind of like this stone over here, these trees. Nothing you can do about them, of course. However, these cavalry archers will be taken down. Are we seeing another... Oh, we're seeing a town... Yeah, this is a really game spot to be putting a town center up, especially considering how close it is over to Slam. But of course, because of this, I guess he's got this area kind of locked down really well. He's got a siege workshop here. He's got this hill here, around here to defend from at any rate, especially this one on the front. And of course, Slam isn't exactly in a position to be really engaging these town centers right now. Of course, he would need to push it back eventually, but right now he just does not have the military available to be able to do it. Looks like units coming in through here, and of course elite skirmisher here, really important upgrade to be getting when fighting against cavalry archers. Up to 3+2 attack, a lot better than 2+1 at this stage, and of course going to be able to soak up a lot of damage from those cavalry archers, which is oh so important. Let's have a look what happens here. Cavalry archers are coming in for Slam. But of course, those skirmishes are really going to be tipping the tide here a bit. But of course, there's so many cavalry archers at the moment, it just really doesn't matter. How are we going for Rams? Let's have a look. Rams, there's quite a few of them there actually. There's another one coming up on this hill here. This could actually be GG for Slam. Imperial Age for Shang. How is Slam looking on that? Nowhere near the Imperial Age right now. He's going to have a tough time just defending. It looks like Shang's going to have this one. And there's that Siege Workshop coming up. And Battering Rams. It looks like Slam scouted this now. He knows what's coming. He's in trouble. I think he knows it. I think he knows it's just about GG actually. There's all those Rams soaking up damage from these cavalry archers. Of course, the tech advantage right now is so much in favor of Shang. And it looks like these cavalry archers could do a bit of damage, but with all these Rams here, it's going to be a lot harder too. Imperial Age just about hit for Shang. We might even see Slam resign as soon as Shang manages to get to Imperial Age. Another one up on this hill here. We do see Slam moving out with some Rams. But Imperial Age, there we go for Shang. This is going to be a hard one. In comes all the Battering Rams. Looks like those skirmishers going to be doing a ton of damage here, of course, fighting uphill. But there we go. Slam actually resigning out there. Didn't have too much of a nice map to use. But of course, we did see a lot of early pressure from Shang, so that was a really nice one to see. So I hope you enjoyed that. I guess the two things to take from this is, one, Chris has a book. Check it out. You can always read the start of it before paying for it. Wish I would read it, but one day I will not be poor, and I will buy that book, and I will read it, and I will love it. And second, Viper streaming, lots. Going for professional style streaming. Get on it. Follow him. It's amazing. It's a good effort. Definitely support him, because this community is so good with supporting each other. Alright, I'll see you in the next game. There will be links to both those things in the description. Check them both out.